I'm Larry Fedoruk, and this is I Was 8, a storytelling podcast about growing up in a small Canadian prairie town. All of these stories are true. Only some of the names have been changed. You've heard the expression, every picture tells a story. Well, this is a story that tells of a picture. I Was 8.
I Was 8, The Lost Episodes. Number 5, The Drawing Contest.
When I was 8, I won a drawing contest. I cheated. Also, I just lied. When I was 8, I didn't win a drawing contest. I finished 3rd. And I cheated. I've never admitted this to anyone in my entire life before now. But my third-place prize money, and there was third-place prize money, was ill-gotten gains. I cheated. Kind of feels good to finally get that off my chest. I don't remember why we suddenly had a drawing contest throughout the entire school system in our small town of Waukau, Saskatchewan. It wasn't an annual thing. Just one day, teacher announced a drawing contest. We didn't even really ever have art class. Our drawing was related to other classes. Draw and color a map of Canada for social studies. Draw some apples for math class. If Dick has 10 apples and Jane has 12 apples, how many apples do they have together? Ooh, I got this. Larry, how many apples? A shitload. No, Larry, go to the office. Again, don't get Dad to help you with your homework. When will I learn? My point on the drawing contest was that we were supposed to enter a competition for which we had virtually no training or instruction. Entry was optional. You didn't have to submit a work of art, but it was unspoken expected. Do our town proud, because the top entries, as determined by an independent panel of judges, i.e. probably the principal and a few teachers, would be on display this summer in the city of Prince Albert at the Prince Albert Exhibition and Fair, inside the Optimist Club log cabin next to the Conklin Kiddie Coaster. Ooh, what an honor. Then, for the rest of the summer, the winning drawings will be on display in town on easels at the Waukau School District Superintendent's Office foyer. What? It's not foyer, it's foyer. Well, how many people go through the foyer in a summer? I don't know, 2? Oh, okay, still an honor, I guess. Maybe it was a provincial initiative or the brainchild of the Board of Education. You know, let's give every kid who sucks at sports a chance to compete and win something. Okay, I sucked at sports. I wasn't a football or a hockey player. What? It's player. Wait a minute. It's not foyer, but it's player? Yes. Perry Mason is not a lawyer? No, he's a lawyer. It's complicated. A lot to remember. No kidding, it's a shitload. There was to be a drawing contest for whatever reason. I sucked at sports, no prizes or trophies coming there. But I was pretty good at drawing. I hated coloring. That was boring. Here's some crayons and a book of blank pictures. Color it in. Why? Can't we afford a book that already has colored pictures? Why am I doing this? Are we going to sell it for a profit to a family that can't afford a book of colored pictures? You know, if you need me to contribute to the family income, come clean. Coloring, stupid. But drawing was fun. I guess I got the art talent from my parents. You know, Mom was a school teacher, but also an artist. She drew, painted, sculpted, took art classes in the summer. Dad, well, one year he painted the garage. I don't remember learning to draw. I just remember being able to do it. I was really good at copying other drawings, not tracing, copying. I used to love to recreate the drawings I saw in Mad Magazine or comic books My favorite was Jughead from the Archie comics. I could really draw Jughead. I was so proud of my Jughead collection in pencil. I'd show it to anybody who'd look. Hey, Uncle Joe, look, I drew this. Oh, very good. It looks just like you. All right. Everyone's an art critic. Not only did the winning entries tour the province, well, the Prince Albert X, but there was cash. First prize, $10. $10 to a kid in the day, and I was a kid in the day, that was like a year's salary. Think about it. $10, adjusting for inflation, using the candy index divided by a percentage of licorice futures, capitalization of Pepsi empties in a Yogi Bear market. Well, it was like $1 million. Imagine $1 million just for drawing. Second prize was $5, still not bad. And third prize was a weird amount, $2.11. I don't know why it was this odd amount, but I do remember it exactly because that is what I won. Third prize, $2.11. With fame and fortune in my dreams and a deadline approaching in about 3 weeks, I decided to win the drawing contest. The rules were, it was open to the entire school, all of the grades, 1 to 12. You have to draw something. You could color it in after you drew it, but you didn't have to. It could be as big as you wanted, but couldn't be any smaller than a regular size sheet of paper. Please don't use lined foolscap. Try and make your drawing recognizable as opposed to abstract, whatever that means. And most importantly, this must be your drawing. You can get help and coaching from your parent or guardian, but the work must be yours. You know, like science class. Well, what is your project today, Rudy? I have made a completely operational life-size robot. Well, come on now, Rudy. I think your dad did some of the welding. Yeah, he did. Sorry, Rudy. That's a nice robot, but an F in science. Well, parental assistance, that goes without saying. Pressure was on, given the artistic talent in our family. Dad, I'm going to enter the drawing contest. What should I draw? What about a shitload of apples? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Mom, what should I draw for the drawing contest? What would you like to draw? Hey, I'm asking the questions around here. But since you're wondering, Jughead? I don't think so. Pepsi? No. Racing car? Well, better. But what about a nice landscape? Yeah, landscape. Yeah. What's a landscape? It's like a scene from nature, a lake, some mountains, trees, maybe a cabin by the trees. I like where you're going with this, Ma. Landscape it is. Mom said she'd give me a big piece of her 10 by 14 special art paper for my final entry, but that first I should go upstairs and practice on some scrap paper. I got at it, drew a cabin, some trees, some mountains. Opted out of the lake, though, because this was just going to be a simple pencil drawing, and I wasn't sure how to make a lake without using blue. Ma, what do you think? Not bad. I think you're ready to transfer this onto the big paper, which I did. I drew it again. Cabin, trees, mountain. Done. Let's enter and cash in. Now hold on, Larry. His mom picked up a pencil. If you hold the pencil sideways and shade this in, it'll look dark in the forest of trees. And if you draw these two curvy lines here, it'll look like smoke is coming out of the cabin chimney. And then add a little path here, maybe a tree stump with an axe in it. Now the lines on the mountains will make it look like there's snow up there. She drew it all in light pencil. Yeah, I see what you mean. It's coming alive. Now go back upstairs, practice on some scrap paper, then erase what I drew and draw it in yourself. Okay, how about Jughead is also in the cabin and he's looking out the window? No. Okay. Back upstairs, my scrap paper, pencils, pencil sharpener, eraser. Shading was hard because it wasn't a picture of anything. It was just shade. The tree stump with the axe in it, well, mine kept looking more like Pinocchio coming out of a jack-in-a-box. Then the smoke coming out of the chimney. My lines didn't look like smoke lines. They looked like stink lines. Something stinks in the cabin. The whole cabin stinks. There's the stink lines. And though that was wildly hilarious to me, it wasn't what I was going for. I was going for serious pencil sketch, landscape. And that's when I made the decision. Instead of erasing, I just carefully traced over Mom's light pencil suggestions. Tree stump, axe, smoke lines, warm fire in the cabin there, yeah. The path, the snow in the mountains. Added a little extra shading. Then I didn't show it to Mom for a couple of days, hoping she'd forget what she had suggested for my entry into the drawing contest. She did. When I finally showed her my picture, she loved it. Good work! Really looks like a cabin in the mountains. On deadline day, Dad helped me put the drawing between two pieces of cardboard box and tied it up with twine for safe transport to school. In the classroom, we all handed in our entries. All of the entries were colored in, except mine. My idiot friend Philip had a picture that was mostly orange and red. He said it was a rocket blasting off. Tootsie DeMarchuk drew a map of Canada. And about 12 guys submitted a picture that looked like a copy of a Tim Horton hockey card. That's Tim Horton. Yeah, says you. I liked my chances. Mind you, I wasn't just up against my grade, I was up against the entire school. When I handed my picture to the teacher, he stopped for a second. "This is very good, Larry," he said. "Did you do this all by yourself?" And it was at that moment that it really hit home. No, I didn't. I had broken the rule. He looked me right in the eye, seemed very suspicious. What else could I say? Yes, I did. And I turned quickly to run to my desk. I knew what I had done, but I really wanted that $1 million. The day the winners were announced, we didn't even go to our school. We went to the high school and gathered in the gymnasium for the announcements. 3 easels up at the front with big cloth sheets over them. First prize, Trent Nordberg for his drawing Morning Lydia, a color drawing of his Aunt Lydia. Damn, I didn't win. Yeah, right, as if that's really your aunt. Second prize, okay, fingers crossed, Gladys Gorwicki, her drawing 2 cows in a pasture. Hey, look, Gladys did a picture of her and her sister. Bah. Okay, Philip, that was funny, but I was in no mood. Third prize, Cabin in the Mountains, Larry Fedorik. Well, at least I was on the podium, as they say. They called each of us up to the front, and the principal asked us questions about our drawing. So, Larry, how did you do this wonderful shading? Yeah, you have to hold the pencil sideways. And this smoke coming out of the chimney. Yeah, it's important that they don't look like stink lines. We were told that sometime during summer break, after the pictures got back from the exhibition in Prince Albert, that we could go to the superintendent's office and pick up our cash prize. One day in July, Mom said the office called. My money was there waiting. I was afraid that they wouldn't give it to me. It was a trap. The jig was up. They knew the picture was only about 50% Larry and 50% Larry's mom. I waited for days, and one afternoon, sheepishly walked in. The secretary gave me the envelope with my name on it, but she looked at me kind of funny, like she knew. But there it was, 2 $1 bills, a dime, and a penny. Third prize, $2.11. I stared at my entry on the easel, then, plagued with guilt, went over to Mamcher's confectionery, watching over my shoulder the entire time for the cops, who I thought might pick me up at any moment. for cheating on the drawing contest. I spent almost all of the prize money on candy. I took the bags of sugary treats to the empty schoolyard, sat on the swings all by myself, and slowly ate it, thinking how I had cheated, or had lied, that the money and the candy weren't really mine. You know what? It was still delicious.
I Was 8 is a weekly storytelling podcast written, produced, and voiced by Larry Fedoruk. Larry Fedoruk, that's Fedoruk, can be reached at larryfedoruk37@gmail.com.